Hare Krishna. So here's a very interesting question. So devotee asks that if someone asks us to pray, they're suffering, they're going through some difficulty, can we give our merits away? Merits here means our punya, whatever piety we have accumulated. So here, this person has read the story, a Mahatmya of in Ekadasi about Rukmangada. Rukmangada was a king that who was very pious, and the citizens enjoyed his punya. And he told them to observe Ekadasi, and everyone went back home, back to Godhead because of his credits, his piety. So similarly, we're just wondering that if someone going through difficulty, will it work? If can we give our marriage to that person? So the answer is yes. If we can give our marriage, but first let's understand the dynamics of this. So it is by merits or punya is that we enjoy, we have a good life, pleasant life, no suffering. And papa or demerits is the reason that we suffer. So if we give our credits away, our punya, whatever we have accumulated, then we are doing it to end or to uplift another person's suffering. So naturally, are we then ready to suffer ourselves if we are giving it away? Because then we'll become lack of merits. So the reality is great devotees are. The great devotees listed here like Rukmangada, he comes in the list of glories of great devotees like Ambarish and Shibi Maharaj and so on. So we even have great devotees that I can remember of like in Chaitanya Charitamrit of Vasudev the leper. So one devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu who was suffering from leprosy, and the body was filled with worms, and when the worms would come out of the pus and fall down, he would pick up the worms and put it back in the body, feeling so mercy for the worm suffering. He would pray that, my Lord, please deliver this entire world. I want to take all the sins of everyone and let me go to hell, no problem, but let everyone be delivered. Like that. We see Prahlad Maharaj also an example of this. Beautiful verses come in 7th canto, 9th chapter, 43rd and 44th verse. नैवो द्विजे परदुरधियय वैतराण्यास् त्वद्वीर्यगायनमहामृतमग्नचित्त सोचेततो विमुखचेतस इन्द्रियार्थ माया सुखाय भरमुद्वहतो विमूढान् प्रायेण देवमुनयः स्वविमुक्तिकामा मौनं चरन्ति विजनेन परार्थनिष्ठः नैतान् विहाय कृपणान् विमुमुक्ष एको नान्यं त्वदस्य शरणं भ्रमतोऽनुपश्ये. So Prahlad Maharaj is praying that, my Lord, not, I'm not interested of my own salvation. I'm not interested in my own mukti. I'm not afraid of this world. But I'm just thinking, so chetato, I'm just thinking constantly of the people who have turned their faces away from you, vimukha chetasa, and they're suffering this maya sukhaya bharamudvahato. He says that everyone is selfish. Prayena deva munayo swavimukti kama. All the munis and rishis and maunis, they are just all parartha nishta. They're just thinking of their own salvation. But no, I'm thinking about these people. How can they be saved? Only if they come to your shelter. Tvat asya sharanam. Then they can end the cycle of birth and death. Everyone else is worried about their own salvation, but I am concerned about the salvation of others. Like this, the selflessness. We see even the wonderful example of Shripad Ramanujacharya when he got the mantra from his guru and his guru told him that do not chant this mantra to anyone. Om Namo Narayana, very powerful. He went on top the temple and he chanted very loudly. Guru told him that if you do this, you're breaking the order of Guru, you'll go to hell. So he chanted loudly, everyone heard the mantra, and he said, and when Guru came, no, Guru was very angry. He said, no problem, if I have to go to hell, no problem. But thousands of people will be liberated. So yes, we can give our merit, we can give our whatever accumulated punya or sukriti or whatever we have, if we are sincere. huh? So the Lord wants to see really how much compassion we have. Are we ready to suffer for others? There's a beautiful verse that describes this glorification of Lord Shiva, how he was so compassionate about the suffering souls in Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto, 7th chapter, 44th verse. तप्यन्ते लोकतापेन साधव प्रयसो जना परमाराधनं तद्धि पुरुषस्याखिलात्मनः Tapyante means voluntary suffering. Loka tapena, the people suffering. So a devotee voluntarily suffers when they see the others suffering. Sadhava prayaso jana, they're trying very hard. This is the paramaradhanam, the highest form of worship. So this can only happen, this really selflessness can only happen if our hearts are really soft enough, filled with love, Krishna Prem. Because that means we love all living beings. So we may not be there yet on that highest platform, no problem. We don't need to give our merits away. That's very high. One step lower is at least we can pray for others. We can chant extra rounds for others, pray, do some puja for others, for their well being. So in this sense, this is still one step higher than being selfish, right? It may not be so exalted as giving your merit to others, but it's still one step higher than being selfish. So yes, we can give our merit to others if we are ready for it, very sincere. If not, we are still a little scared of our own salvation, then pray for others at least. It is one step in the right direction. Hare Krishna.